Good day, YouTube, everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about Quicken, the newest version 2017, and I'll show you how to install that, how to get started with it, and some of the new features and what it's all about. So let's go ahead and get started here. Now, as you can see right here, I have downloaded Quicken. I got the home and business version. Got this from Amazon, so this is what your download would look like. And so all you got to do is click on there to get it started. And let me go ahead and hide my face here so you don't watch me this whole time. Now on this we just say yes when we get this little pop-up, and then the installer will start. Now it'll take just a few minutes to unpack everything and get it prepared as it checks and makes sure that it downloaded properly, that it has all the information that it needs there. Okay, so here we go. So this is what the initial screen looks like. Install Quicken 2017 or update it. If you already have Quicken installed, it will update your old version. Click on Let's Go. You can scroll through the terms here, the license agreement, and then go ahead and click the check mark. Click Next. Now, if you'd like to change the default location of where it gets installed, you can do that right down here. But we'll just leave it at the default. We'll go ahead and install it. This will take a couple minutes as it's a pretty big program. It has a lot of files and it needs to unpack a lot and do a lot to install itself. So just be patient with it. Now, this newest version of Quicken came out on October 13th, 2016, and it's the first release from HIG Capital, which now owns Quicken. They bought it from Intuit last year, or earlier this year, excuse me, early in 2016. And we're looking forward to a lot of great new improvements, a lot of good bug fixes, and overall just a better job of managing Quicken than it was done with Intuit. A lot of users have complained in the past that Quicken is the best personal finance program available, which I believe it truly is, but it does have a lot of quirks and bugs, or has had in the past, and so we're all hoping that this time around with the new company that owns it, it will be much improved. So it's finished installing. We'll go ahead and say Launch Quicken and complete registration. Now that's one thing that is required now to use Quicken, is you have to register an account with Quicken.com, and that's so that it can, partly so they know that your program is only registered to one user, partly so that it can synchronize your information to help keep it backed up for you so you don't lose things. Now it's going to ask if you want to use the old file that you've been using, because it will find one. If you have it on your computer, it will find it, and so that's what I will do. If you'd like to start with a completely new file, you can do that as well. I'll just go ahead and open the one that I already have located on this computer, and it will take just a moment to search for it. There it is. It found it right away. We'll go ahead and select it, open it, and then we have to enter the password for that file if it's password protected. Now this file is password protected, so I will enter that password here in just a moment. Okay, I'm entering my password here. Okay, now they just want to make sure that this is actually me. So this is a way of confirming that it's really you. They will email a code to the email that they have on file for you, or if they have a phone number, they will send a code by text message. So I will go ahead and get a code emailed to me, and I'll just flip over here and check my email, see if I have that code there. Okay, I received my code via email. I'll just enter it in here. Once again, that's just confirming that it's me. This is pretty standard now for any important software. Now, this is one change that they've made in Quicken 2017. If you were using an Intuit ID to protect your Quicken data file in the past, it's now removing that, and you will just use a password. Instead of using an Intuit ID, you will just use a password for your Quicken data file. So right now it's prompting me, since I was using an Intuit ID to protect my data file, it's prompting me to set a new password for that file, since it will no longer use the Intuit ID. So now I'm going to enter the new password that I want to use. If you wish, you can also choose to use this file without a password. I will go ahead and set a password. Now if you do this, just make sure you remember what that password is, because it's going to be very difficult to recover later on if you forget it. And then once again, we just need to sign in with our Intuit ID, since like I said before, Quicken will synchronize your information with their backup servers just to make sure that you don't lose anything. Now it had me enter my Intuit password a couple of times, and that was only because I had an Intuit ID protecting my data file beforehand. If you did not use an Intuit ID to protect your data file, you shouldn't have to enter your information quite that much. So if you've already registered with Intuit in the past, it'll have your address, name and address pre-filled in. They want to know where you bought Quicken, and it won't let you go on and continue without entering something here. So I will go ahead and select I bought it on Amazon. Yes, I'm currently using Quicken, and then I can go ahead and check next. Now this is where you can choose if you want to use the mobile application or not. The mobile app is for anyone who has an iPhone or Android device. You can install the Quicken app on that device, and your desktop version will sync with that device so that you can check your balances, you can enter transactions, and you can take pictures of receipts when you're on the go, and it will all synchronize with your desktop version. So I'm going to say no, don't use mobile right now. I don't want to use that, but most people will want to use that. So if you do want to use the mobile app, go ahead and leave that checked on use mobile. Now one thing that's going on in the background here is Quicken is checking with basically the mothership with Quicken.com to see if there have been any updates or fixes for this version of Quicken released since you bought it. So it will make sure it's all up to date. Okay, looks like it's done installing. We can click done, and here we go. So now we're into our file. And in the next video I'll go over some of the changes of the new look here, and some of the new features and the layout, and anything else you might want to know about this newest version of Quicken 2017. Thanks for watching.